Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you probably till 5 o'clock today. I got somewhere to be at 6, so I'm with y'all till 5 o'clock today. Please come in. As you come in, my mama used to tell me don't walk in nobody's house and not say hi. This ain't my house. I'm just using that as an example to say, when you come in, say hi to me. It's polite. And I will say hi to you. If you want to join the conversation verbally, call 513-717-KING. It's 513-717-5464. All right, let's get to the hellos. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. First out the gate, I appreciate you. Robert Willis, good afternoon. I feel like it's been a minute since I saw you here, so I'm glad that you're here. Good afternoon. Darnell Hunter, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. Valisa Lovett, good afternoon. I appreciate you being here as well. I appreciate everybody being here, but y'all know I'd like to say it individually. Valisa, good afternoon. And rounding out the top 5, classy Miss Tria Gaines. What they call you, Tree? I saw that somewhere. Good afternoon, Tria, representing Avondale. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Let's see. We got Pamela Kinney in the house. Pamela Kinney is trying to start some sort of a beef with me. I don't want to fight you, Pamela. I don't want to fight you. I'm just playing. She be commenting, and some people take it like she trying to start something because she said I'm the king of petty, which is a bit of an insult because I'm never petty. But she said it, and then somebody was like, "You're right, Pamela. You're right, Pamela." Like he thought like you was 100%, like it was a strong diss. Maybe it was. I didn't take it that way. But, people like what they like. Pamela, thank you for checking out the show. Thank you for checking out the show. She's representing North Avondale, by the way. Bonita Gangs in the house representing Roselawn. Good afternoon, Bonita. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Our own Batman here, Danny B. Dozier. Good afternoon. Representing Westwood. All right. You can't beat that. Thank you for checking out the show. And Terry Anderson, representing Downtown. Good afternoon. I appreciate you being here as well. I was watching a little bit of the end of Wyatt, and we do have some people who need help here and there. We do. But I'm not even really going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. Just, I know that, he's still on. A number of people are still over there checking out his content. You don't have to leave his content early because I'm going to be here for a minute. Let me see. Valisa. I'm sorry, Tria says, my daughter is Tree. What did they call you? They called you something sounded like a stripper name. What's your nickname, Tria? What's your nickname? Regina Denson Griffin representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. I appreciate your support. Mary Birch Lavender representing White Oak. She says howdy and howdy to you. Thank you for checking us out. James Benta out there in Vancouver. Good afternoon, James. Appreciate you. Oh shoot. Hold on. D Goss or DeGoss in the house. Good afternoon. We got the angel in here. A lion angel. You can't beat a lion angel because she say first. She knows she wasn't no damn first. Dina Johnson in the house. Uh, we're coming up on Halloween. She a dark angel today. Dina Johnson, I appreciate you checking us out. I appreciate it. Nathaniel Livingston checking in from Toledo, talking about, am I first? You know good and damn well you ain't first. I appreciate you for checking us out, acting like a Livingston. I hate those Livingstons. Sierra Brooks, ain't nobody tagged me. No, you cool. We know you was over there listening to I'm gonna say the drama. I'm not mentioning no names, but you was over there listening to the drama, and I almost didn't say. I was like, maybe I'll go on later because I wanted to hear the end of the drama. But y'all my people, so, and I promised y'all around 3:30. So I tried to come on at 3:30. Sierra, good afternoon. Darren Edwards, good afternoon, representing Madisonville. Representing Madisonville, good afternoon, Darren. Appreciate you. Our own Wonder Woman, Jacqueline Carter in the house, representing Evanston. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bonita Gaines says it's Frog. Frog don't sound like no stripper name. Y'all was calling her something. It was a stripper name that I saw y'all was calling Tria. I know it. DeAndre Crosby in the house. Body else lying. Why y'all just be lying? Just be lying for nothing. You know good and damn well you ain't first. DeAndre Crosby, good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Andrea Bustle, representing Gulf Manor. All right, good afternoon, Andrea. Good afternoon. Oh, let me see. Dina, by the way, says she lying out there in Warner Hills. Tria say definitely not a stripper name. No, it was a stripper name. They was calling you something, and it was a stripper name. I can't remember what it was, but it was. If somebody remember, somebody tell me. E-Man, can you broadcast the end of Wyatt's show since it's about you? What? I must have left the part out. I mean, I heard me mentioned. I'm sure I didn't become the subject. I did hear myself mentioned, but I'm okay with that. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, let's see. Oh, Al Johnson. Al Johnson, good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Appreciate you, Samuel Campbell Jr. out there in Sycamore. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. LaTanya Chichester, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Got North College Hill in the house. We got Warner Hills in the house. We got Toledo in the house. We got Avondale in the house. We got Gulf Manor in the house. See, I done messed up because I started mentioning stuff, and I don't remember everywhere where everybody said they were, and I shouldn't have started mentioning stuff. White Oak is in the house. Evanston is in the house. Vancouver is in the house. Madisonville is in the house. Downtown is in the house. Westwood is in the house. Roselawn is in the house. Oh, who am I missing? Somebody else. North Avondale is in the house. That's all I can remember. I shouldn't have started because, I'm not going to remember everybody. Tanika, wait a minute. I missed some people. Hold on. Pat Rogers, representing East Westwood. Good afternoon. Nate said, can we have a conversation about radicalization and how people like Kevin Farmer get hurt by it? Maybe. Sure. So I said Pat Rogers, East Westwood. I already talked Pamela Kitty. Kathy Jo Wilson. Kathy Jo. in the house. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Tanika in the house representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. And we still cool because the weather was nice today. I had to go out and run some errands. Weather was nice today. And so, yeah, we still cool. I'm enjoying the now. Don't think about what's going to happen in a little bit. Let's just enjoy now. Okay. Tanika, good afternoon. Got Linda Evans. She says hello to everybody. Hello, Linda Evans. Hello. Thank you for checking us out. Jerica Fawn in the house. She says, hola, beautiful black people, and the others too. I'm one of the others. Hola to you too. Jerica, thank you for checking us out. Let's see. Roy Bohannon. Bohannon, good afternoon. Appreciate you checking us out. I knew a brother named Bohannon. What was his name? And in high school and in junior high, it was a brother. I used to just call him Bohannon, and that was his last name. I called him Bohannon. I can't remember his first name. I don't think it was Roy though, but it might have been. I don't know. Bohannon, good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Shady Boots. No, it wasn't Shady Boots. Even though that might be a little stripperish. Let me see. Dayton is in the house. Okay. Dayton. Jerica representing Dayton. Let me see. Listening to 2 shows at once is tough. Well, I'm just saying the hellos. So you can focus on the other show for a few minutes. Lewis Johnson, CK in the house. Okay, he didn't say where he was from. Emanuel, you look smaller. Dieting again? Oh, I'm as fat as ever. I'm as fat as ever. As a matter of fact, I am not dieting. As a matter of fact, sit right in front of me. I got a whole thing of cookies. Because you never know when you might have to, just pop one of them in your mouth. No, I am not dieting. Why would you bring up dieting on the one day when I brought a whole thing of cookies down here? DeAndre says, Ola. H is silent. I remember her. She was walking in Michael Jackson's Thriller video, Ola Ray. Yeah. I'm not sure why you're bringing her up now, but okay. Did you care of your schedule today? I don't know what that means. Tessie Wheaton in the house. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. She says, been a while. I feel like it's been a while, but hey, you here. Let's not dwell on the past. The show's about to go downhill after the greetings. That's very true. Roy says that's what everybody calls us. Yeah, Bohannon. That's just that was what I called him. Let's see. Ain't nobody studying you. It's a high 83 here in Orlando. Hey, look, I'm not even gonna focus on it. It's a beautiful temperature. I don't know what it was, but I was outside in this little short sleeve, whatever this is. Would this be considered a polo? Even though it ain't polo? Or is it? No, I don't know what the hell that is. That looked like a damn dragon or something. It's a dragon with a crown on. That's not polo. But I think this would be considered a polo. But I was outside. I was comfortable. Like I said, I had to run some errands, and it was a wonderful day out. So we still cool. I'll let you know when we got problems. I'll let you know. Let me see. I don't. He's saying Nate is saying Wyatt has him blocked, meaning his comments don't show up on the big board. He said it's a punk move. Do you block people on this show? I have a person blocked from his comments showing up in, hold on, it's on this side, in these here comments. Once you do it, I haven't figured out how to undo it. And I looked it up, and it's like a process. And so I had to be like motivated to go through the process, because it's not to block somebody. You just click a button, and now your comments don't show up on the screen. To unblock them, if I remember, you gotta go to something and then click something and then scroll through something and then check something and then go somewhere else and click something and then save that and then go. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have did whatever you did to get the clicker, and you wouldn't be. I remember what he did to get the clicker. But you shouldn't have did that, and I just had to be in the mood to go through all of those steps to unblock you. I don't agree it's a punk move, but it is a little difficult to undo. Let's see. Archway Cookies. Man, we too much alike. I hate that they switched them to these little bite-sized cookies, but they're ice molasses. I used to love them ice molasses, and when they switched them, they still good. They not the same as when they were, but it is what it is. Tria say maybe it's the shirt. Maybe it might be the shirt, but yeah, no, I'm as bad as ever. Janice Robertson, my favorite. She says, "Hey, sorry I'm late." Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I appreciate you. Samuel says it's a JoJo. I'm not sure what that means. Hold on, my mouse stopped working. I hate when it does that. Even though it had been a minute since I charged it up. Let's see. Kathy Joe say, yeah, it's a polo. All right. Jerica says, that's a no-no. You a hater. You are a hater. Oh. Oh. Shopping at Kohl's? No, I don't actually. I'm nothing against shopping at Kohl's, but I don't know that I've ever bought. I think I bought a pair of jeans from Kohl's once. Hold on. Is that all the hellos? Vernon Jordan, I see you. Good afternoon. Vernon says, just ask your AI app how to unblock someone. I told you I know how. It's a process. It's a whole process. And one of these days, I'll be sitting around doing nothing, and I'll do it. But until then, it is what it is. Jerica says, what did he do? He gave that, he gave that lady, y'all remember the crazy lady? I don't have no problem calling her crazy, because she's clearly crazy. The crazy lady, and she was on Lincoln Ware show, and she was I can't remember her name. Sounds like a truck backing up outside. I can't remember her name. It ain't Inetta, is it? Inetta was the mood setter, and she quit. It was that lady. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The crazy lady. And I told him, do not tell her to get on my show. Do not tell her to call my show. Do not do. If you do it, I'm going to block you. If you do it, I'm going to block you. And then his smart ass going to do it anyway. So I had to block his ass. I revoked the blocking. I want to say it was maybe the next day or whatever, because he called in whining and crying. And I revoked the blocking, so I let him back on. But I didn't know there was a whole process that you had to go through to unblock on this. So, yeah, I remember. Blow on the mouse. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Ken say Ken is in the house. All right, Ken, appreciate you. Thank you for checking us out. You are in Virginia, right? Ken in Virginia. So Virginia is represented. Carolyn Smith says, good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, Carolyn. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out as well. Erica Hummins, late than a mug, coming up in here. You don't come in my house this late. You know what I'm saying? This is a relationship. I'm used to you being here a certain time, and you come in late. You cheating on me with some other podcast? Is that what's happening? Huh? I don't expect you to come in this late. It's unacceptable to come in this late. I need to know where you was. That's what I need to know. You come up in my house this damn late. Erica, good afternoon. Representing Reading. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, Inez. That was her name. Inez. Yeah, the one with the firefighter husband. Yep. My Osha in the house. All right. Just tuned in and heard 2 A's already. That's not a cuss word. It's in the Bible. If it's in the Bible, it don't count as a cuss word. Hell, damn, ass don't count. Myosha, thank you for checking out the show. She won't talk to me personally, but I'm glad that she drops by every once in a while because I care about you. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's true. I do. It's just that I know that you gonna think that I'm being sarcastic or trying to be funny, and so it makes me laugh. Ben Thomas, Ben in the house, representing Southwest Blue Hash. All right, Ben, appreciate you. Lamont Jones in the house, say grand day, powerful royal people. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I don't know. I don't know why he won't. What's happening, Emanuel Livingston? Where the hell is Emanuel Livingston? I hate them Livingston. Tell you, and this ain't cussing, Myosha. We gonna find them Livingston brothers and whoop their ass. Period. Period. Hate them Livingston brothers. Crystal Hoskins, good afternoon. Representing the Christ Hospital. And I see Twin in the house. Twin, I got a bone to pick. Oh, I don't like that. I have a problem that I want to address, and you're somewhat involved. And on this, I'm serious. Like, this ain't, like, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me see. I'm not going golfing after the show. Edward Bentley say, what up, E? What up, Edward? Phil Freeman say, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Phil. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Ronald Dixon say, weed right here. It's not, you shouldn't smoke that much weed. I don't know exactly how much you smoke, but if you call here and you not high and you sound that high, that's just a residual weed just working through your system like you live in a perpetual state of high. That's too much. That's too much, brother. Let me see. In my mom's book, all of that is cussing. Well, it might be cursing, but it ain't cussing. I'm not 100% sure what cursing is. I thought cursing was when you put curses on people. You laughing because you ain't right. I'm 100% right. I'm 100% right in every way. Let's see. Steban Speed in the house, representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see. What did I do to Myosha? I don't know. She won't tell me. She won't tell me. She just abandoned me. She abandoned me. I don't get my updates or anything anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. E-Man, who was the lady who said, if you don't stand for something, you are not fit to live? I don't know. Who said that? I do not know. Jeannie Mulholland. Jeannie Mulholland, she ain't been rocking with me for a minute, but she's here today. I appreciate you, Jeannie, and happy Thursday. All right, let's see. I think that's about it. Uh, Linda Evans says, law shooting in Westwood, one dead. I would ask you how old were the shooters, but I know you would say they was teenagers, even if they was like 35. Everything bad is teenagers to you, Linda. No, I'm just saying that because you were mistaken about the ages of the shooter on Fountain Square, and I had to blow it up into something bigger than what it is, because that entertains me. So, sad to hear that there was a shooting. Brent Beard in the house. Good afternoon, representing Dallas, Texas. All right. Now, hold on. What do I start with? Again, if you want to call in, the number to call in is 513-717-KING. 513-717-5464. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Who was it? Edward said, yeah, I had to think of what I'm going to talk about because there's some stuff I want to hit, and if I don't hit it, then I'll forget it. Edward says, so Ron went to see Farmer. If he is in a straitjacket, I don't know. I don't know if I should laugh or be mad. Ron should not have gone to see Kevin. I don't know if he actually saw it. I heard a portion of the call on Mr. Wyatt's show from Ron, who was mad at apparently me and Mr. Wyatt for trying to convince Twin to not go see Mr. Farmer. Same goes for Ron. Ron, you don't have, you, I was about to say something and that wasn't going to be super nice. And I'm not trying to not be nice. You are not some sort of expert in the medical field. Now, look, maybe you've been friends with Kevin for a minute. Then, okay, maybe. So if you're like, man, he been my friend for so long, I can't, just ignore this brother. But if you just going to see some random stranger, because he's experiencing some mental issues and a doctor says that he needs to take medicine, and he gets on and whines about the fact that he had to take medicine, and so you go see him to kind of pacify him, to reinforce the fact that ain't nothing really wrong with him, you part of the problem. Well, I wasn't there trying to reinforce there wasn't nothing wrong with it. I just heard a call out for help, and so I just wanted to help. But the call for help was because he don't want to be there and receive the help that he actually needs. And then you go and you reinforce that. Why? I don't understand that. I really don't. Again, it's different if you know him. And even if you know him, you probably shouldn't. But if you don't know him, if I see one of my loved ones in distress, but receiving help, and they're complaining that won't nobody rescue me from my rescuers, I'm going to be like, you can holler at me once you done got the help you need. But I'm not going to reinforce that you don't need help when you clearly do. Ron says, we see since you projected that on everybody, they'll believe that if they're stupid. I'm asked to Acts 2:38 saved, Emanuel. I'm a new creature. I ain't for you to understand. Now you just, that don't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Pastors, I think I saw a post from Nate. Evidently, the judge said Kevin has to be force fed his meds. Sad. It is sad. It is sad. But look, it would be different if y'all remember when Lady C, yeah, Lady C, the dried up coochie lady who be on Lincoln Show always trying to find some dude to do whatever. Her. Y'all remember when she got basically, the Norwood came and arrested her and then they took her to the psych ward? That was different. That was different. And then if they would have forced her to take medicine, I'd have been against that. Because again, while Lady C is out there, Lady C ain't crazy. Like she doesn't have any diagnosed mental illness to the best of my knowledge. She's not a danger to herself or to others, except for maybe emotionally. But when you're talking about someone who is a literal danger to themselves and to others, come on, we saw, this, we all saw the video of how mentally unstable he was in his abuse of that woman. And then we heard him talk, and at least from what I heard that man argue with himself about whether or not what happened to him, and whether or not he was right and the police was wrong, or the police was wrong and he was right. He don't even know if it was a gun ever there. This man has some serious issues. It's sad that he has those issues. But there's no part of me that don't believe that he need help. Why y'all be focused on the wrong stuff? Y'all focused on the wrong stuff. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go see him because he need help. You are not offering no mental health. I'm sorry, you Acts 23 saved. Did you lay hands on him and heal him? Mr. Acts 23 saved? Did you? No. You didn't. I wasn't even there. I know you didn't. So somehow I became the bad guy in somebody else's story that I'm not even in. How do you draft me into the story to make me the bad guy? Or at least one of the bad guys? So there's that. What diagnosis doesn't Farmer have? 100% mentally stable. He doesn't have that diagnosis. I just be trying to answer the questions. You ask me a question, I try to answer it. Alethea say, E-Man tried to check me yesterday. What did I say about you yesterday? Alethea? Alethea? Yeah. What did I say about you yesterday? Why people always trying to... I got Pamela trying to pick fights with me. I got Ron trying to pick fights with me. I got some other people. And Alethea trying to pick fights with me. Why? I didn't do nothing. I don't even think I said your name yesterday. You and Wyatt need a disclaimer to state that you are not mental health professionals. Ron say, you ever had a fight with your wife? Your first wife? What? It's not necessary. I was about to give a language alert, but again, only if it's absolutely necessary, and it's not necessary. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Alethea said, I said you believe former yesterday. You was pissed. No, I wasn't pissed. I just said that that's not true. Because it's not. And I remember what I said because I still felt that way. I mean, I still feel that way. What I said was that it bothers me that nobody, with us having no idea what happened, that nobody even considers the fact that she could be wrong. That was bothering me. You know, that's different than saying Kevin is right. If I run into Emanuel Livingston and we get into a fight, but ain't nobody else there, and y'all come in the door talking about Emanuel Livingston is wrong. Emanuel Livingston is wrong. Emanuel Livingston is wrong. And somebody like, well, what happened? Well, I don't know, but I know Emanuel Livingston is wrong. It's fair then for somebody to say, hold on, if we don't actually know what happened, how do we know that Emanuel Livingston wasn't the one who was wrong? And the fact that you won't even consider that Emanuel Livingston can be wrong is a problem, given no information about the incident. So that's totally different than saying, oh, he's right. Oh, I believe him. No, that's just saying we don't know. So jumping on one side is not right. Ron says, you just said it and everybody heard you. Ron, are you having a conversation with yourself? Alethea say, let me know, how do you feel now? Do you think it happened? I still don't know what happened. So many things could have happened. He could have started getting aggressive and she could have pulled out a gun to defend herself. He could have not been aggressive and she got aggressive and pulled out a gun. Just because he, seemed crazy, don't mean he always wrong. I don't know what happened. Now, apparently he don't know what happened either. But I definitely, if he don't know, I sure as hell don't know. But let me ask you this. Is it possible not probable, not likely, is it possible that she did what he said she did, even though he's not sure now? Is it possible that she might have been an aggressor? Is it possible? Of course, the answer is yes. And that's why, people like me, we sit back and be like, oh, I don't know. Alethea said, that's a fair answer. I was effing, I'm not reading that word. I don't cuss. I was effing with you yesterday. Okay. Let me see. Linda say that's right. He don't know what happened. Which is sad. It's sad. It is. I'm not reading the word. Sierra says Rosemary said nothing happened and she was responding to emails while her car was being worked on. She said Kevin made up the incident, which is possible. Can you just, again, I don't know what happened, but can you just imagine you sitting there in your house, minding your business, working on something on the computer. I don't know, just looking at Facebook even. And police come knock on your door and your best friend is sitting there talking about, she just pulled a gun on me. And you like, what? I'm just on the computer. What are y'all talking about? Where's the gun? What are you talking about? The next thing you know, you in jail. Can you imagine that? How traumatizing that would be. And it is hard to prove a negative. It is. I'm telling you, it is hard to prove a negative. I'm just sitting here on my computer. Was there a disturbance? No. And the police is looking at you like, that's a damn lie. With nobody just out of the blue, ain't nothing happened, and they just gonna call the police. Just out the blue. Alethea.
Hey, Eli, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, you should have read the word, because I can't say the word. I want you to say it.
I don't cuss. I'm not going to say that word.
Well, you like to cuss when Ron's on the podcast, or if Twin is on there, you'll cuss. You won't cuss if I write it in there.
I only say words that are absolutely necessary.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Listen, I wanted to call you. I know you didn't say that. I was messing with you. But I just wanted to, did you think it was suspicious when he said, I don't know if you caught this, but when he did an interview, he went to 4 different officers. None of them was going to arrest her in the beginning, but when they did the search of her home and still didn't find a weapon, he asked to speak to another supervisor and just felt like he wanted to get her arrested. That was his whole thing of getting her arrested. Like, he didn't stop. That's why they continued the investigation. Did you think that was suspicious that he didn't stop until he got her arrested?
Well, now let me say, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear, like, I never watched his interview with Stefan, and I didn't hear the entire interview with Wyatt even. I think I heard the overwhelming majority of it, but I didn't hear the entire thing. But I think all of what this dude is saying is weird. I think again, I thought this before I knew anything. Like when I first saw him, he had a look, and I don't like the stereotype and whatnot, but he had that crazy look in
Did
his
he have
eye.
baby hairs and lashes?
Yeah, like I mean, even before he opened up his mouth, and then when he opened up his mouth, the words that was coming out of his mouth matched with the look in his eyes, and I was like, "It's something wrong with that dude." I can't put my finger on it, but there is something wrong with that dude. So I ain't no telling what happened when dealing with that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you heard the interview, but he was saying it on Wyatt's show. It was just a couple things he said that I just felt like was like just weird in itself. Where he said he wanted to put his hands on her. He really wanted to put his hands on her. He said, so I really thought it, and he went back to her house. Like, he left and went back. Like, why would you leave someone else's residence and then go back and then resided in the home? He told the police he lived there. And that's why I'm like, you don't think that was made up at all? Like, why would you have to make all that stuff up? And I'm just saying, if somebody pulled a gun out on me, I'm not Big Bad Harry. I'm not returning. And you can count your last dollar that if you pull a gun, I'm not going to sit there and hold a gun up to you, because you held a gun up to me. I'm going to take off. But he returned, and I just thought that was really weird. And I thought it was really weird for him to still have so much aggression when she was locked up. And then he's really focusing on the viral moment of it. He really
Yes.
wasn't focusing on his moment of mental illness where everybody could see it but him, of how crazy he looked and sounded.
Mm-hmm.
Only a sane person can see that. But he took that moment to try to destroy a woman that actually been there for him, and I just thought that was like crazy. But I do know that she's not even, we all have, I guess we've seen the history, but she's not even wanting to acknowledge what happened with her in July and him. That was so recent. She don't want to admit the bruising or things like of that nature, and I'm not for sure if it will help her political campaign, but I could see the lies in both of them. But I could see her lie was to protect him and her because she's still in a political running, if that makes sense.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's why she haven't admitted, like, the bruises, the head nods, him choking her out, even though we saw it from years ago. So that lets you know he never got help for that stuff. And I'm going to be quite honest, I didn't like people just ready to up and like, oh, I help you. And it's like, huh? Sometimes you got to remove the pillow from out people so they can really feel the hit to understand, like, you're ruining people. No, this because you're upset. You need to really feel what your consequences are, or what people call karma. What you put in this world is what you receive back. So now he's in a battle of actually facing his own stuff because everybody really took their hands off of him in that manner. So I just said that yesterday because I wanted to pee you off. But I know you did not agree or think he was telling the truth. It was that y'all agreed with him saying Black women attack or is against Black men.
Well, I didn't agree with that either.
That's good.
No.
That's
He
good.
did when he did that little Facebook live or whatever. He did make some of his points were valid. But again, my point of that is, but they wasn't coming from a space of I'm trying to be helpful or trying to be understanding or anything. It was really from a space of he was just trying to spin everything. Because I think he's been in spin mode since this happened, and I don't believe that he believes that people see what we see. He's convinced that he's fooling everybody and
Right.
that he can spin his way out of this and, come out looking good. And I believe that him and some people associated with him really think they're doing a good job of it.
Yeah. Do you think he got paid politically to do that to Rosemary? What do you think?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so, but I don't know. He could have, but who would
Hmm.
pay him to do that? Like, and I'm not saying this to be dismissive or anything like that, but do you really
Hmm.
think that Rosemary is a credible threat, even in the Republican primary? Credible enough that somebody's going to pay somebody to ruin her life?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's like, because that is life ruining, but this was the first time that she tried to do something. I don't know if you like really, really follow the story. This is the first time she tried to do something without him because they were seeing how toxic he was in her life, and she really like cut him off. Um, I'm just looking at it from a different perspective, and I just feel like this guy really felt abandoned and mentally couldn't take it. So he was like, "Oh, you're going to do me like this? Like, watch what I do to you," which is something that they both said that he said, but that was like pretty well thought out. That's why I was like, you think he got paid? Because even being mentally ill, this was pretty thought out. Like, to call the police and say she pulled a gun out on him. He pretty much watched her bail, like how much and who paid the bail for her, how many days she spent. He spent days in her house. He drove her car. He gave an account for the disagreement was because he stayed out with her car all night, and then when he got there, he acted like he could not find the keys. So he eventually found the keys after she was arrested and helped himself to her house in the car, in the trunk. Just
But
it was just too much to
but
just
hold on, but that sounds well thought out to you?
it to me probably because my lifestyle is different.
Oh,
So that's why I was saying I got a different
okay.
view on it. Yeah, because
Cause
my lifestyle really ain't that chaotic, but I do know it's possible.
yeah,
But I was
yeah.
just asking, like, do you think he got paid for that? Because it seemed like it was just a plan. Because sometimes people were mentally ill and they're not really thinking it'd just be everywhere. But that was like planned out. Like,
See, I
get
don't. That
arrested.
that
He knew
sounds.
what to
It
say, what to
sounds the
do.
opposite of planned out. I feel like if it was planned out, then you know what I'm saying, you create a situation where you can, as they say, catch her red-handed. Like, ooh, there's an actual gun there, so I can call police now and say she did something. She won't know I called. The gun will just be sitting there, so when the police come in, they'll see a gun. So got her,
Right.
and this, you know what I'm saying? You actually plan stuff out. This sounds the opposite of planned out to me.
Okay. Okay, I could take that because I was just thinking like it sounds because a friend you usually know where they carry their guns and have where they have placed the guns. So I was thinking like, oh, normally she would have it XYZ, but because he's a loose cannon, she probably moved it or had it removed, out her house, and he didn't know that. But that's what made him plan like for the gun, and was surprised that the police didn't find the gun. But he went to 4 different officers. They spent so much time on that scene, and eventually decided to arrest her because he would not drop it. You get what I mean? Like, I just thought maybe they would separate the two, but he was letting them know, like, I live here. So she had to file a squatter's eviction on him.
I
Just ain't playing to me. Which he's telling everybody else he lives in Avondale. Your brother knows exactly where he lives, just as well as everybody else know. But with her proving that he did not live there, they still treated her as if he did.
Well, but
So
they
she
do
couldn't
that.
return back to her house.
I'm gonna tell you that is something which is jacked up about the system that they do.
Hmm.
You can be, and I'm speaking from, because you didn't really tell us about your lifestyle, and at some point I want to ask you who you fake calling the police on. But in my real experience, when
Hmm.
I was accused of domestic violence, I was at my
Hmm.
apartment on the west side of town, and the person who accused me lived all the way in Hamilton. They came to my place and accused me of assaulting them, and they put out a restraining order. I
Well,
wasn't allowed to go home. I'm like, she don't live here. Like, this is my spot. She lived all the way in a whole nother city. They like, well,
right.
you can't go home. How do you bar me from going home? And I mean, this was for months. I wasn't allowed to go. I had to pay rent. Eventually I stopped paying rent and just moved my stuff out, which technically was illegal because I shouldn't have been able to go there to even move my furniture. But I was not allowed to go home. And the way that it was explained to me, and unless something done change, is they get a protection order from wherever the incident happened. So, although we acknowledge this person does not live even in the city of Cincinnati, because the incident is alleged to have happened at this address, that's where you can't go back to. It doesn't make sense.
I agree with you. I've been on a call where a guy needed his things out of the home. They were separating. The woman would not open the door for him to get his property, and the police shows up and tells the male that we cannot stop you from entering your home at any means necessary to get your property. So I don't understand how the law works both ways, but I have been on a call where a man busted a window to enter the home to get his things and leave. So
Things are weird. The system is
it
jacked
is.
up.
It is. Well, I'm telling you, the police actually tells people that I guess are in a relationship and get a domestic call where it's not like aggressive where the hands are thrown. It's just like the man wants to get his stuff and the woman's like, no, you can't get it, and you can actually enter into that property because you still reside there. So they can't tell you can't go through a window or break the garage or go through the front door because you live there. It's your property
I'm guessing that's if there is no order for you to stay away.
Yeah. So that's pretty much before like the court and TPOs, things like that. So that's why I'm saying the law is kind of, I don't know. It seemed like it works both ways to me. That's why I was feeling like, dang, like is that playing? Because how would he know to keep pressing the issue of going through 4 different officers, not allowing them to leave, like even with them investigating and not adding up, because that's their job, is to investigate. Even with having no proof, they still arrested her because he asked for her to be arrested.
No, yeah.
It was kind of weird to me. But yeah, I just wanted to know your thoughts. And I just wanted to tease you and say something that you didn't say because I know it'd be teeing you off. I ain't messed with you in a long time. I apologize. It'll happen again, though.
That's all right. That's all right. Hey,
we have a good night, okay?
Thank you for the call, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. That was Alethea. That's her actual name. I just like to jack up her name just because. So that's that. Like y'all going to visit him is not helping him. I believe it's not helping him, and it's probably counterproductive to him getting help. But people gonna do what they gonna do, and they gonna justify it. So it is what it is. Congratulations, you went and visited him. Sorry, twin, you didn't make it there first. He gonna have all of these unstable people, which is, for real, he's clearly unstable, and he gonna have all of these unstable people coming to reinforce that instability. they ain't got nothing to offer, like help wise. They just there, like, you unstable, I'm gonna be unstable here with you. I guess that does something. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm fantastic, man. I just heard the last caller. Wow. Simply wow. She was a ray of sun. You hear me?
Oh.
And when I say sun, I mean the UN, not the OE. Do you understand me, sir?
I don't think anybody was confused with the U or the O.
But the king of talk, when you made the statement about a negative, make that sentence. I got the last part. Prove a what'd you say? Prove a negative?
It's hard to prove a negative.
Okay, it's hard to prove a negative. And this is the beauty in a false rape allegation, right? Because you can't prove a negative. Isn't that
Yes.
the whole reason why you would? Yes. So, like you said, as a woman, your goal is to get Jamar Chase to the house. You get him to the house, you get him to spend a night. All you got to do is make him an elaborate accusation. And $40 could turn into $400,000. This is what you're talking about. Hard to prove a negative. This is why you settle a lot of these cases out of the media. Do you understand, sir?
I comprehend what you're saying.
Yes. This is. I wanted you to understand. When you made that statement, this is what I've been telling you the whole movie, ever since you started your platform. This is what I've been telling you.
But no one's ever denied that.
But we lose legends because of these negatives.
Like who?
They just make them.
Are you still you still going hard for Bill Cosby?
O.J. Simpson, sir. We lost O.J. We still got Bill. Now they're trying to shame his name.
What do you mean we lost? What are you talking about?
Now they want to shame. He's no longer here to fight for his name.
He was found not guilty.
Yes, but they're still trying to shame his name. You just spoke on how they made him more blacker. They made him a dark-skinned, a light-skinned man. They made a light-skinned, dark-skinned just to sell papers.
Okay.
You said this.
What does that have to do with not being able to prove a negative? I don't understand. This part of your point, I don't understand how you're applying it to this. I'm not saying you're wrong and it doesn't apply. Just help me understand in some way that reasonable people can follow.
The reason why you say it's hard to prove a negative is because people make up things to destroy other people's lives.
Okay, yes.
It's happened to me. It's happened to you. And now it's happening to Tevin Farmer.
What?
He got falsely accused, didn't he?
What did he get accused of?
What the hell are y'all talking about with the gun? You said the gun was over there and she had it. What happened?
But no, he potentially falsely accused someone else.
Oh, he's the bad guy.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
But it might not be his fault. Like, are you really a bad guy if you can't help it?
What the hell did that? You said, am I a bad? Like if I was born to be bad?
No. Like if you have some sort of a issue mentally that you don't have complete control of your own thoughts or, whatever. There's something going on with you mentally that you can't control. It's not your fault that you're having whatever those issues are. Are you the bad guy if you can't control it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because there's no excuse to be a bitch ass nigga. Understand?
But no, hold on. I'm not necessarily gonna agree with that. What if you can't control it?
No, just because your family raised. Listen. Okay, you gonna learn then, all right?
No, you hearing voices, bro. You are hearing, and I'm not saying this is the case for him. Just different scenario, right? So you doing whatever, you minding your own business. You start hearing voices that you believe are real voices, like the voice of God telling you to do something
Yes.
bad. You genuinely hear voices and you genuinely believe that this is God giving you instructions. Is that really your fault if your mind does that to you?
You're asking the perfect person that question because I get those thoughts all the time from the God. And you're right. You're right. So I have to deal with that. But you're right. I have to. It's like a war against yourself because, like you said, your mind is telling you to do something that you know you ain't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the people kill their children. A
Well,
lot of
now
times,
hold on. See now, but that's you're saying it's something that you know you're not supposed to do. But what if
right,
your mind does not know that it's something you're not supposed to do?
right. You're right. You're right.
Now,
That's the
Jerica
problem.
is
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
you can still be held accountable for your actions. Yes, you should still be held accountable for that. But is it really your fault? Like, I can't blame you for having a mental disorder.
But you're right about that. But you got to understand, life is not fair. The rules do not bend for nobody. You see what I'm saying? Murder is still murder. I can't do, I went crazy. He slept with my wife. No, you're still a murderer. I don't care why
Okay?
you killed him.
I'm not disagreeing with you. If you murder somebody, you're a murderer.
Yeah, so we're going to use elaborate excuses to get out of prison from life. Menendez brothers, sir, their father never touched them. Their
Did you
father
just
never
watch the
fornicated them.
Menendez special or
I
something?
never watched it, sir. I
Then
never
why are
watched
they
it.
so top of mind to you? This is at least the second, maybe third time you done brought up the Menendez brothers in something that's got nothing to do with the Menendez brothers.
I don't want I want their father and mother to get justice. I don't want them to be released. They blew their parents' heads off, and they running a con game on us, and they about to get released. They should never be released for that. Matter of fact, they should have got the death penalty, sir, for what they did. But that's the only reason I brought that up. I don't like how they did their father, and I don't like how you would make your daddy into a molester after you killed him. So killing him is not enough. Now you want to dirty up his name like he's some sick, fruity son raper? No, he's not.
Why are you
No, he's not.
so laser focused on them damn Menendez? Don't nobody care.
But Livingston is like O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby. I do. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the thing I just want you to know about the false negative. And you made a statement. You said you the fattest you ever been.
Yeah.
That was enlightening to hear. Now, just to make that statement shows confidence and ego. Because a lot of people wouldn't say that. They would have took that compliment. You slapped that compliment in the face. They gave you a compliment and said, hey, man, you looking good up there. And that suit you got on in your profile picture, that's a nice suit. I don't know when you took that, but that suit was nice.
I think I was about 15 years old when I took that.
Hey, but who picked that suit? That was nice, man. Who picked that? Your pops, your mama?
Probably my mama. My mama probably picked that suit out.
But I know that. So that's before the baggy era. At 15 years old, baggy hadn't came in yet, right?
I'm gonna say no. I don't know.
Yeah. So 15, so that's 85 for you, right? You 1985.
That would have been 15 in 1985. Yes.
Yeah, you right before. That's all I'm saying. I like the suit. Y'all got good style, and I'm saying I have did the counseling has worked. I found me a nice young lady. She's a nurse. She can cook. Has her own house. Has her own ride. And this is because of looking up to people like Wyatt Live and King of Talk Livingston.
What did that have to do with the suit, though?
Huh?
What do that have to do with the suit? Did this you got a suit like that, and that's what let you pull that lady?
Yeah, y'all got style. Y'all got style. Y'all are influential gray-haired guys. You know what I mean? You still, so even at the old age of 50s, y'all still moving the crowd. And that's what I was trying to tell you about the teenagers that some of us don't have the ability to be cool, and people want to be like us. But when you look at Livingston and Wyatt Live, people want to be just like them. Don't you agree? As far as like the father and the husband side of them?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I do.
See, that's what I'm saying. We're making breakthroughs.
Yes.
And you are going to get your credit for improving me. Now that I got my queen, I could become a king like you. You see what I'm saying? You've been a king. I am now becoming one because I found my queen, and I'm gonna treat her.
How long have
right.
you known her?
Let's say about 7 months, 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I wish y'all the best.
Man, she could cook, man. I'm gonna send you some of them dishes on Messenger. You hear me? I know you don't look at your Messenger, but I'm gonna send you some of them. I know you like to eat. And she made me the Reese's cup cookies with the peanut butter chip ice cream. Oh my God. Dessert heaven. I'm gonna leave you right there, man. Dessert heaven. Man.
Wait, what are you bringing to the relationship?
Oh man, I'm cutting her grass, man. I'm eating good. I'm over there. We spending good quality time. She come over to my place, and you know when she over my place, we watching old school movies, new school movies, Devil in a Blue Dress, baby. You don't know nothing about this here. You don't know nothing about this. I'm hit all that. But she like to come over and cook. She can get away from her crib. And then you see my personality is bubbly. You know everybody love me. You know what I'm saying? So she like this new me. You know what I mean? And
what did you say? What?
She like this new me, this new person I am. You know, since I died and came back since 2022. And I mean, you did a good job on me, man. You remember how retarded I was when I first started talking to you?
I don't like that word.
I mean, stupid. My bad.
But so what you're bringing to the table is you cut the grass and you eat her food.
Yeah, and we go out of town. We go out of town. We have a ball together. Like when you and your wife first got together, you forgot? You doing the same shit?
Hold on, you paying when y'all go out of town?
Yes. Why wouldn't I?
Okay. I'm just asking. Because you always telling us you ain't got no money. If you ain't got no money, how you paying to go out of town?
Well, hold on.
Our definitions of go out of town might be different.
Let me clarify. The first time, it was a wedding, my cousin's wedding, so that was on me. I'm not going to ask her. I'm a gentleman, sir. So I'm not going to ask her and pass her the pay. So this time, she already had concerts had tickets to the concert in Atlanta. Future, Ludacris, Jasmine Sullivan, amongst others. But now she getting a ticket or whatever. But you know, I'm going to pay for that gas. You hear me? I'm gonna pay for that gas.
Y'all driving down? Ain't nothing wrong with driving down. Nothing wrong with it. I didn't expect that. I don't know why.
What's wrong with driving? Ain't nobody got money to be flying.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with driving. I don't know why it caught me off guard. I thought maybe y'all was
fly to Atlanta. So you be flying to Atlanta.
There is nothing wrong. It caught me off guard. I don't know why. Ain't nothing wrong with driving. Nothing.
You act like we're going to California. Good God, we're going to Atlanta, sir.
Well, that's like 12 hours, right?
Huh?
That's like 12 hours, right?
Atlanta 10? is six and some change, brother.
Atlanta's only 6. I don't know about. I can't think
of
the last time I drove to Atlanta.
Put it on your GPS right now.
But I thought it was
GPS for your house.
No, it might be. It might be. I thought it was like at least 8, but. Maybe it's only
That's what
6.
It was when we was kids. It was 8. Remember before GPS, before we started speeding, when the speed limit was 55, it probably was 8 hours.
Okay, and then y'all go to the concert and then stay in a hotel?
Yeah, that's it.
You pay for the hotel?
Now, we might go over Mama's house. Now, we might cheat and go over Mama's house.
Oh, you got people who live in Atlanta?
Yeah, my mama live there. You know
okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Then. There is absolutely, I just want to be clear, there is nothing wrong with driving to Atlanta. Nothing. I don't know why.
I was surprised you brought it up.
Yeah, no, it caught me off guard. In my mind, you was flying, but then I understand, you know. Hey,
do you and your wife still go on road trips together? Do y'all be going like y'all don't drive nowhere?
Yeah, no, not really.
Y'all be flying and shit?
I mean, typically when we go somewhere, yeah, we'll fly. We don't do a lot of driving. If it's a few hours, like if we going to Columbus, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
I
right.
might drive. I'll drive if we, go to Toledo. I'll drive. But
I got
something like that. But typically, if
you.
we go elsewhere, it's usually an airplane involved.
But just take in mind, remember, I'm just 3 years into my new life. Yes, if I had my old life, yeah, I'll be on that same flying. But remember, I'm just starting my new career and everything, so my
Okay.
money ain't what it is. But
Yeah, ain't
man,
nothing
great
wrong with
talking
that.
to you, man.
Well, I wish if this is real, I wish
You
y'all the
know it's real.
best. I wish
Mm.
you the best, and I wish y'all happiness.
And I wish you the best with your family, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you do a good thing out here, and you promote your family and your wife well, man. So I'm gonna listen to you, brother. Thank you for having me on your platform.
All right, have a
All
good one.
right, brother.
All right, that was CK. I don't know why that caught me off guard. In my mind, they was flying. I don't know why, but in my mind, they were flying. And when he said to drive, I was like, what? Y'all driving? I don't know why it caught me. There's nothing wrong with driving. There is absolutely nothing wrong with driving. It just caught me off guard because I was thinking one thing. It's really my fault. I was thinking one thing and it ended up being something different and it caught me off guard. So, yeah, I apologize. Because there's nothing wrong with driving to Atlanta. Nothing. I know, as a matter of fact, when me and Mrs. Livingston say we go, we'll go to Chicago. I only been to Chicago once. I'm not, no big trip guy, But we drove. I drove. I say we drove. I drove. Yeah. Miss Ebony. Ebony J. She say, miss you, E. I miss you too, Ebony. I miss you too. Yeah, I don't know. I love Ebony J. I just almost said like your government name, and it almost came out. I apologize. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with driving. Nothing. Ben says anything over 7 hours, catch that flight. All right. Thank you, Eb. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me switch gears here before I forget. And this is where, Twin, you can chime in and help me understand what's happening. So last night, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go pick up a few things from the grocery store. And I went to the grocery store. I felt I wanted some chili dogs. Conies, if you will, but not with that Cincinnati style chili. I wanted some conies. So I went to the store. That chair is screaming. You all right over there? What do you mean? Nothing wrong with it. It don't creak every once in a blue moon. I never completely fixed that. So I said, let me go to the store and let me pick up a few items. So I went to Kroger, Twin. I went to Kroger, and let me tell you what I got. I went in, and I got some chili, canned chili, Hormel or something like that. It ain't gonna be the best, but it ain't Cincinnati style. Walked down the aisle, and the little Debbie cakes was right there on the side, and I gave them a mean look, cause y'all know my favorite is raisin cream pies. You just pick the raisins off, and they're delicious. Kroger never has raisin cream pies. So I fuss at they had them chocolate chip cream pies. I'm fussing at the chocolate chip cream pies because I tried them and I don't like them. But I look and they got raisin cream pies. I'm like, I literally gasped. I said, pick up my raisin cream pies. Okay. Walk down, go get bread, brioche, hot dog buns, the split in the top. Okay, cool. Grab those. Go down, grab me some bun length hot dogs. Good. go down, get me some. I was gonna get the shredded cheese, but it was too expensive. I'm paying all that money for no shredded cheese. So I went on ahead and got the fake cheese, the Kraft slices. Boom, picked that up. And then I said, you can't beat some good old sweet tea. So I went down, picked up some sweet tea. Go up to the checkout. The young lady is there and she's checking out these two older guys. She's ringing their stuff out, and as I walk into the aisle, it was just them and they were finishing up. There was, of course, no one behind me. So I walk into her lane and she looks at me. She didn't have the best of attitudes, but that's not all that important to the story. She looks at me and she says, "You got to go to self-checkout." And I say, "Huh? You got to go to self-checkout." Look up at the light, like, "Are you closing?" She don't say nothing. I said, "No, for real, are you closing? You got to go to self-checkout." I kind of grin. "Oh, I don't believe in self-checkout." So I say, "No, I don't think I'm going to do that." They had a bagger, and the bagger says, "You got to go to self-checkout." I said, "Are y'all closing or something? Like, when you finish with them, you offer something?" Just as she said it again, "You got to go to self-checkout." I said, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't believe in self-checkout." So I set my stuff on the little belt, and they finished ringing out the old dudes. They don't say nothing else to me. Finished ringing out the old dudes. Now, one of the old dudes did say I'm saying old dude like I'm young. One of the older dudes did say to the young lady, like, "Oh, that look you just gave him was nasty." I said, "It's all good. I don't care." So then she finishes checking the old dudes out, and she turned her back to me, and she starts talking to the bagger, and they're asking each other, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I'm like, "You check me out." So then the bagger walks down to the self-checkout, and then they walk over and they come and bring security back. I'm like, "What in the hell is going on?" I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Just check me out. The security dude is like, "Yeah, you got to go to self-checkout." I'm like, "Are they closing or something?" And he like, "No, it ain't nothing personal. It ain't nothing personal. You just got to go to self-checkout." I'm like, somebody help me understand what's happening. I'm right here. There's nobody in the line behind me. There's nobody in the line in front of me. My stuff is right here on the little conveyor. She can just check me out. And dude say, "It ain't nothing personal. You just got to go to self-checkout." This went up for real. This went on. What's her name? I don't know what her name is. I didn't even really look at her name tag. Then I'm finally like, what is happening? And then dude say, or actually I think the bagger says something to the effect of, "Well, it's a policy." I say, "So this is a Kroger policy? What's the policy?" "Well, if you got less than 10 items, you got to self-checkout." I said, "Hold on, for real? That's a Kroger policy? You are not allowed, even though there's nobody else in the line, you are not allowed to ring me up, check me out." And the first girl, again, I don't know why she was mad. "You got to go to self-checkout." And then dude, the security guard keeps saying, so finally I say, "Okay, look, I'm not going to self-checkout. I don't believe in self-checkout." And then, again, "It's not personal, bro. It's not personal." I said, "I'm not mad at nobody." And I tried to explain to them, I'm really doing this for y'all. Y'all as cashiers, they should hire more people instead of trying to force the people to do it. Well, won't you just, the dude, "No, you could just go to self, when I come in, I just go to self-checkout." I say, "I don't work for Kroger." "Yeah, no, man, it ain't personal." And finally the girl said, "No, what he's saying is, because he don't work for Kroger, he don't feel like he should be the one checking himself out. He feel like a Kroger employee should be the one checking him out." I said, "Exactly. And if they had more of y'all," I said, they need to hire more of y'all. or they need to pay y'all more, or whatever it is that they have to do. But this whole thing of tricking the consumer into working for them for free is crazy. Oh, bro, it ain't personal. I said, I'm not saying it's personal. It's clearly not personal. It's corporate greed. Why pay people to work when you can trick your customers to working for free? I would do self-checkout if they gave me an employee discount, but I don't work for Kroger. And I'm trying to look out for y'all because eventually y'all not going to have a job. They got the robots stocking the shelves or putting up the tags or whatever. They going to have us checking ourselves out and robots doing everything else. And then y'all ain't going to have no jobs. And they just looking at me, probably thinking, if this old nigga don't just go to self-checkout. But I say, here's what I'll do. I will just put everything back. So you going what? So I just put everything back. I'm not going to self-checkout. I'm not checking myself out. And there's nobody in the line. I'm not checking myself out. So are you telling me, dude says it's just a policy. I say, it's cool. I ain't mad at nobody. And I just went and put all my stuff back. Put it back neat, too. Like, so I was a stock boy for a minute. But I put everything back. It's like, all right. And on my way out, they was just looking at me like I was crazy. Like, this dude wouldn't check himself out. What's going on with him? Twin. First, when did they start that? Not when did they start self-checkout, but they literally, even if the line is open, they won't check you out if you just got a few items. You got to go to self-checkout. And I see Nat Turner says, I use self-checkout everywhere. I don't know what's wrong with or every time. I don't know what is wrong with y'all. Look, the gas stations did it to us. The gas stations did it to us. Like, they stopped full service. I remember for a minute it was that gas station down there in Norwood, and it was the gas station over there just up by Evendale or whatever. They both had a self-service and full service. Oh. And I used to hit those gas stations all the time, full service, because I don't want to be the one to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying you. I am not. I don't work for Kroger. Twin.
What's up, man?
How long have they been doing that?
Hell, you need my advice, huh? You need Twin help, huh?
This is not technically. I'm not asking you for advice.
So your little short ass around here stealing hot dog buns, you thief. And who put some damn slice of cheese on hot dog? Make a cone. Come on, man. Again, I see why your wife told your ass she didn't want that tuna. Again, you can't cook.
Again, I think you focused on the wrong thing.
That nigga get a poor man's meal, man. You went from tuna, now you making some damn slice.
You focused on the wrong shit.
Man, you can't cook.
We talking about the self-checkout piece.
Damn, you need a job, man, because this shit ain't gonna get it, man.
Oh, my goodness.
This ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna have to help you out. Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, what time was it when you did it?
I don't know, probably about 8:30.
Yeah, usually, out of respect, usually when they do that, because people come with like, man, we close at 10 o'clock. Some close at 11, something like that. But, Finneytown, they close at 10. But, when it's like that, and if you look at the board, it's like, hey, they'll go back like, hey, we need like two cashiers on the floor, or 3 cashiers when they see a heavy volume of customers in there. Other than that, that's when they say, and you got short stuff, man. You got a small, meal, Lunchable, or whatever. And so, hold on. So you got a small meal or whatever. So they go tell you automatically and stuff, because store closing. Why should I? You probably the last customer.
No, the store wasn't closing. I wasn't the last customer. And
Okay,
there
so
was
usually, yeah.
nobody
Okay,
in
I
the
get it. I
line.
get it. Okay, I get it. Usually when it's like that, when it's getting closing time, they got to drop the tilt and all that, and that person probably getting off at 9 o'clock, or sometimes when they know, hey, we need this person, or you don't need nobody at the register, let them go to checkout.
No,
Sometimes if they see, huh?
hold on. You're not understanding what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you how it go.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. The line was open. They wasn't getting ready to close. They wasn't getting ready to shut down the register. I just had too few items to check out. And they refused to do it because I didn't have more than 10 items.
I ain't know that policy. I don't know nothing about that one. They just probably didn't like your ass. Telling
No,
you don't get your
no. It
two
wasn't just
meal
that.
ass in that checkout line. That's how they look at it. But usually when something like that, hey, they don't care. I mean, the store I don't know what other store, but usually when it's like that, hey, come through or
Yeah, now
whatever. Because usually,
they told me because the one girl said you couldn't do it, and then the other girl said that she called one of the other stores, and they said they policy is 15 items or less.
oh,
I got the 20. I can't stop getting money, man.
all right, hold on, man.
Are you doing a deal live on the air?
Hold on. No, I was talking about something else. So yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is, E-Man.
Okay, I'm not even sure we talk about the same thing anymore, but
Yeah, we talking about. That's how it is. The Kroger's I know. So usually they shut down around 8:30. And that's if it calls for how many, to stay open, how many registers stay open. If the crowd heavy or whatever, keep the couple of registers open. If not, go to the checkout line. And sometimes, to be honest, Emmanuel, they'll close all the rest. Everybody go in checkout line. They don't care how many how full your cart is, or you
and
got
look,
one or two items.
that might be. I don't agree with it, but if that were the case, I would understand. But if you just standing there at a checkout lane and I come up with just a few items, ring it up.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's I don't know. I don't know. Some people do it different, but that's how I see it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't help you, man. I thought you had a grocery bag cart full of stuff. You only had 2 pieces.
I only
Cheese
had.
and hot dog
I
buns
think I
and
probably
stuff.
only had 6 or 7 items. I don't remember the number, but they could have just rang me up and it would have been the
Man, just
ringing me.
take your simple ass over there to
I
checkout
don't
line
work
next
for
time, man.
Kroger, bro. You work for Kroger.
And you're in there. Just go over
So
your
I don't
simple
work
ass
there.
next.
Hold on. So if you go to McDonald's and you order a Big Mac and they tell you, all
I
right,
don't.
that'll be $2.19 or whatever a Big Mac is. Now go on back there and get on the grill and cook it.
Come on, man. Look how you sound.
What exactly? That sounds ridiculous. So why do I
No,
have to check myself
if she
out?
no, just go to the checkout line next time.
I
Ain't
don't
nobody
work for
was the checkout
Kroger.
lane was it empty? The checkout lane?
No, it was a whole lot of
Okay, why
people
you
over
ain't?
there.
You should have just walked away. Like I ain't about to argue with your crazy self. I'm about to go over here and check out and cook your hot dogs at home. You'd have been happy.
Did you
Now
not
you went home
understand
just.
what I said? You keep saying stuff that don't make sense to what I actually said.
Okay, no, I'm just saying you want to why this, why that. You should have just took your ass over there if you really was hungry. But you weren't hungry. You put all the stuff back neatly and
It's
everything
not
like you was
about my
stuck.
level of hunger. It's about the fact that where is the service? Y'all trying to get free, not even trying, they're very successfully getting free labor. They used to pay people to check people out, right? But they don't pay those people no more. They save that
Yeah,
money. Why? Because everybody else do it for them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, all right, man. All right, man.
All right, go make that deal.
Shut up.
he got a deal to make. Yeah, when I go to McDonald's, I really don't go to I can't even really think the last time I'm in a McDonald's. Now I'm trying to think about it. I don't. I go to McDonald's and I'm a quarter pounder with cheese guy, no ketchup. And they be like, all right, that'll be whatever it is. Now, here's your meat. Here's your buns. Go on back there on the grill. Cook it. To me, that feel like about the same thing. I don't work for McDonald's. I don't want to cook the food. If I wanted to cook the food, I would just buy the raw food and cook it. Nate.
Emanuel Livingston. What's happening?
Nothing much.
So, can I change back to Kevin Farmer?
Yes.
All right. Well, actually, I want to wrap this into a discussion of what I think is a danger in the community, which is the radicalization of black people.
All right.
And how it's happening right in front of our eyes. And I don't think that we see it, that we believe it, or that we understand how dangerous this is. And I think Kevin Farmer is a victim of radicalization. And some of the people who radicalized him, I think they know what they're doing. And I think they're kind of dangerous too. So if you don't mind, I know this ain't Lincoln Ware, but I also know, we ain't got forever and forever.
Well,
but if you don't mind, let me.
I got to get off of here at 5:30, just so you know. I got somewhere to go.
Oh, well, okay. I ought to be able to do it then. I want to read something to you, and the reason I'll make clear after I read it. So this is from 1998. 30 months ago.
Okay,
Addie
you breaking
Swain
up.
of North
As soon
Avondale.
as you started reading, you start breaking up really bad. The man don't want you to read this.
Really? Oh, I bet. So 30 months ago, Addie Swain of North Avondale was winning scholarships for academic excellence and entering college. She had graduated from the School of Creative and Performing Arts, and at Xavier University in 1995, she was studying to be a communications major. She gave birth to a boy the next year. Then her life seemed full of potential. Today, Cincinnati police are searching for clues to her mysterious death. The Hamilton County coroner has identified Ms. Swain as the African-American whose decomposed body was found Monday in a storage shed on the grounds of Aiken Senior High School. The identification was made on the basis of dental and medical records, along with other circumstances, according to coroner Carl Perry, blah, 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 blah. Addie Swain was her name before she married and became Addie Cockrell. She was 25. Let me get to the point that I think is relevant to this. They talk about her sister. Addie Swain, her sister, wanted to remember was the one who would go around the house singing Whitney Houston songs. She wanted to remember the gifted writer, the student group president, the loving mother. She wanted to forget about the Addie Swain who was diagnosed with schizophrenia and had lost touch with the world. No one can quite understand how her life unraveled, from attending dinners every Sunday with her family to vanishing from everyone close to her. Her siblings think it has something to do with her belief in voices from God, but more to do with her mental illness. She had mental problems all her life, said Officer Harry Frisbee Jr., a detective in the Cincinnati Police Division's homicide unit. Her medical records note her paranoia, her voices. For a while, her life seemed on track. She excelled in creative writing and graduated in 1991 from the School of Creative and Performing Arts, blah, blah, blah. So it goes on to talk about how she was in this apostolic, or it might have been Pentecostal, church over in North Avondale, that she heard the voice of God, what she thought was the voice of God. The voice of God told her to stop paying her bills. She was married, and that her husband was supposed to provide for her. Her husband wasn't providing for her. Her husband abandoned her, left, and went to Atlanta or somewhere. She had two small children, ages 1 and 2. And so the voice of God, that she thought was the voice of God, told her to go live in the woods. And so she was homeless. She dropped in and out of the drop-in center and other homeless shelters. She, for a time, was held in UC mental health, psych ward. But they would only hold her for so many days, and then they would let her out. She wouldn't take her medication. She would, in the end, in the winter of 1998, she wound up freezing to death in the woods behind Aiken High School. Her body was found.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm telling this story because I said she had two sons, ages 1 and 2. Along the way, this lady, according to the news reports, also received welfare. The kids wound up bouncing back and forth between family members. Eventually, they were in the foster care system. Her son is an aspiring rapper in Cincinnati. I ain't going to tell his name. I don't know the guy personally, but somehow he has found his Facebook page. And he is on this whole, I'm a MAGA Trump supporter, Charlie Kirk is my nigga, y'all been brainwashed, the system may never help black people, it's only hurt us. He refuses to accept that his mom basically went crazy and froze in the woods. He says his mama would still be alive if it wasn't for Democrats being in charge of the city and being soft on crime. And so you have, I think, a situation where somebody has some tragedy. We all have problems growing up. Even the richest, most spoiled and most, well taken care of kid might think everything in my childhood wasn't perfect. So having people who are maybe prone to feeling like they're victims, and then these other people see that and they sort of prey upon them. So I don't know if you know this, but Jim Jones, actually, before he went to California, he was right in Indiana. He was right in the Midwest. A lot of the people who were in Jim Jones's church before he brainwashed them and took them over there to Africa were black people. So black people, a lot of times, and I'm generalizing, I know we don't necessarily like stereotypes and saying only black people or black people this or black people that. But I think a lot of black people don't believe that other black people can be brainwashed. They don't believe that they can be brainwashed. And so when I'm looking at this lady and her son shouting all this stuff and I'm thinking, I'm dealing with a young man who is radicalized. He's been convinced that the reality, like of what happened to his mother and what happened to his father abandoning him and what happened to him being on welfare and all this stuff, that ain't the real reality. That's just the fake news. And so his reality is he always just stood on his own 2 feet. That he is following behind Trump because Trump is like a savior to us. The Democrats are demons, are racist, are bad, and they want the rest of the black community to be miserable and to be on the Democratic plantation. And so sometimes on this program we kind of keep it, from what I've seen, when I'm listening to your podcast, you kind of want to keep it light and you don't want to be mean to people. But I'm looking at radicalized Ron Dula. I'm looking at Kevin Farmer. For real, I'm looking at Twin. I'm looking at some of these guys. Y'all are legitimately radicalized. They've got a group. They got one in Detroit that I heard Marquetta Denise mention, New Power, Detroit, or something like that. They've got a little small group. They wear red shirts talking about Flip Chicago. They make a lot of noise. They if you listen to them, some of the stuff they say makes sense. They give the perception there's this massive group like them. So, people like to be with like-minded people. And so I hear some of the people in Cincinnati repeating the stuff that I hear when I watch the videos, because I'm also on X/Twitter. And so somehow I get caught up in those rabbit holes. The algorithms must think that I'm susceptible to being radicalized. And so I will see a whole bunch of this stuff. And sometimes I have to stop and say, this ain't real. This is just the computer trying to convince you that there's this great, huge groundswell of black people who are going MAGA, who are determined to flip Chicago red. And I heard them saying it in Cincinnati. We're going to flip Cincinnati red. Y'all just don't understand. We're the solid majority. And it's one thing if it just stays political, and then when the election comes, like it did in Chicago, they thought that they were going to literally flip Chicago red and that black people were going to vote en masse for Donald Trump. It didn't happen. Black people, largely the vast majority, voted for Kamala Harris. They thought they were going to kick the mayor out. They didn't. And so I hear like Twin a lot of times talking about Chicago. I heard Marquetta mention this. I've seen videos of black people. They're begging Donald Trump to come into their cities to save them. I've seen videos of black people. They're saying they only feel safe now that Donald Trump has sent the military in. They can finally walk to the store. Little old ladies aren't having their books stolen. All this stuff is part of the radicalization process. And I don't know why I'm sharing it with you, because I don't expect you to have I'm sharing it with you because I think it's important to be shared. I don't expect you to have no solution or no great, commentary on this, like this is how we could stop this from happening. But I do think that when we see what happened with Kevin Farmer is a well-spoken young man. And I do want to pause for a second to ask you a question. Alethea gave a whole bunch of facts that this is the first time I've heard. I didn't know that Kevin Farmer had went to 3 or 4 police officers before they arrested Rosemary. Do you know where she got that from?
I believe he did an interview with Stefan Pryor. And my understanding is that it was a lengthy interview and he went into a lot of stuff.
This was yesterday.
No, this was if she talking about the same one, this was back when everything first transpired.
I saw that one, and I don't remember him saying none of that stuff. And I wonder was she maybe filling in the blanks or what, because I had never heard any of that stuff. And then I thought, well, maybe I understand that he called the Bill Bondsman's podcast yesterday, and I admit I after me and you talked off the air, I went back, but I didn't take time to listen to that whole thing. I just heard parts of it, but I didn't hear him say none of that stuff Alethea was just saying. And so, anyway, I think Kevin Farmer is another guy who, by his own words, had a trouble growing up, had a trouble childhood, in and out of the foster care system. Apparently, at some point in time, he got these different diagnoses. One being that he's got this unnatural desire to get attention, which is another thing I think he has in common with Twin and with Ron. Ron sent me something over the weekend, basically trying to get my attention, cussing me out. He pretends that he's mad that I told about some emails that he sent me some years ago when he made this big hoopla about he's a victim, won't nobody help him. His spine was twisted up or some old stuff he said that some doctors and some hospitals had done to him. And so they craft these scenarios, but where they're victims, and they get mad at the community is just too blinded by the Democrats or blinded by somebody that we just can't see the light, and they here to save us, but at the same time, they want us to help them get something. Like Kevin Farmer wants y'all to vote for him. He wants y'all to help him with his campaign. He wants y'all to help spread his message. And so in the midst of their craziness, they can hit on some very important topics. Like one I think that really ought to have been talked about today more is this whole issue of forcing people to take medication. Now, I believe in that mental health is real. It ain't nothing, imaginary. I do believe that there are times when people do need to be put on medication. Me and you might disagree whether or not Yvonne Collins should have been put on medication and whether or not she's meant to be. But I have two friends in Hamilton County who have been probated, two adult friends. And one, I mean, I ain't no mental health professional, so what do my opinion mean? But I'm just saying, one, I didn't think she should have been medicated. I didn't think she should have been probated. But the other one I talked to before she got probated, and she was talking kind of like Bernadette be talking, where what they're saying makes perfect sense to them, but where you, the listener, are listening, you're like, what is they talking about? It's kind of like what Garrison to a lesser degree used to do when he called the radio. Some other people, Eric Benford, some of these people, you be like, some days they be a little cogent, some days they just be way out there. And so, I guess I'm bothered that, do we really want to have? When I was talking to Lincoln Ware about going to get this judicial arrest warrant for Evan Nolan, he couldn't get past the fact that he put a scenario. What if Sharon Ware went down to the court and told them that she wanted a judicial arrest warrant for me? It can't be possible. And I think some of us don't like to think of certain things. I don't like the thought that a grown person who seems to be functioning like Kevin Farmer, that some other people can say, you know what, I'm the judge, and I can get a doctor to say you need to be force-fed medication, then so be it, I'm over you. That rubs me wrong, but what rubs me even wronger, if that's the right way to say it, is this notion that people, that we know, that we interact with, maybe not personally, but that we interact with, even if it's on a podcast or a radio show, that these people are genuinely being radicalized. It's not a joke. They are serious about this stuff that they are preaching. They say that young people are being addicted to TikTok and to the internet and to the people who play games. Like my grandson play a lot of games. And so every now and then I had to talk to his mama like, are you sure that he ain't spending too much time on that game? He's not addicted to the game. And, of course, she always assures me, nah, we keeping it check and blah. But so what if my fears are real? What if these people really are being radicalized and have been radicalized? And what if they, like Kevin Farmer, need some medication, need to be, what do you call it when a person's in a cult and they get, it's not detox. What would be the term for getting deprogrammed? Is some people, I believe, really need to be deprogrammed. And if they're not, I believe that they could be a danger to themselves and to other people around them.
All right.
And that's just my thought. And I don't know if the people listening or you think that this is a valid concern that we should be talking about, or I don't know what the solution is, but I just wanted to share that with you. I think it's a problem, and
All right.
I think we'll regret if we don't take a close look at it.
All right.
All righty, man.
Appreciate your call. All right. That was Nate. He said a whole lot. I see some of y'all he said mental health is real. And y'all saying he meant mental illness is real. And mental health. Are y'all saying mental health is not real? Y'all saying mental health is not a real thing? Is that what y'all saying? I hear people say mental health is real, and then I hear a lot of people, I'm not just because it happened to him, I see it online all the time. But mental health is real. Mental illness is real too, but you can't dismiss the fact that mental health is real. So are y'all trying to say it's not? Just asking. No, I heard everything you said. I was not zoned out on the call. I wasn't. I just didn't really have anything to add. I didn't have anything to add. I did see where Twin said, ain't nobody said flip Cincinnati. I don't know exactly who the people are, but one of the errands that I had to run today was over there by the Board of Elections in Norwood. And it was two white ladies, and they had a big giant sign written in, I want to say it was red and black, that said, did it say flip Cincinnati or did it say flip Hamilton County? I think it said flip Cincinnati. So, yeah. People have said that, Twin. They over there at the Board of Elections. They might not be there right now because that was much earlier in the day. But they over there at the Board of Elections with big signs saying, flip Cincinnati. It's just true. Vernon says, the point is mental health being real is a given. Mental illness being real is a given as well. And maybe that's your point, but you can't tell everybody what their point is. Jerica says it's real because we're alive and human beings. It's a given. I guess a better way to say it is taking care of your mental health is important. Again, it's real. How do you tell somebody mental health ain't real, but then the next minute say, well, okay, it's real, but y'all mad at somebody for stating a fact. It definitely don't say flip the strip. It definitely don't say that. Twin said, quit lying. Why people never, you can't be, see, I try not to say like bad stuff. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Just because ain't nobody mentioned it on the radio or a podcast don't mean it's not real. Quit lying. People never mentioned it on the radio station or podcast. Only thing y'all saw MAGA signs. No, Twin, it's sad to me that you only believe a thing is real if you hear it on a radio station or a podcast. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. You can drive over there yourself and see it. Vernon says, I was telling my point. If you ask Nate, I'm pretty sure he'd say he meant to say mental illness is real. The entire focus of his call was mental illness. Okay, how much you want to bet? Let's put money on it. Let's put money on it. $6,000. $6,000. You say you agree, and then I will call him and ask him if that's what he meant to say. And if he says that that's what he meant to say, then I'll give you $6,000. If he say that's not what he meant to say, then you give me $6,000. How about that? Try to tell somebody what they meant. All right, yeah, I got to get ready to get out of here. Plus, I got to sneeze again. I want everybody to enjoy their weekend. I think I'm going to a baseball game tonight. So, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. That was Vernon. Sometimes I don't necessarily know how smart you are, but that was a smart decision. He said, "No, I'm good. You keep your money and I'll keep mine." I think that was a good bet. And we ain't trusting your message, Jericho. We would call him live on the air. So you can't say that he didn't say. You could, get in there and twist the message up and, I sent him a message and he sent me a message back and it don't really be the message. We can't trust you. Because you try to make some money off the deal. You try to get a cut. Vernon said he not falling for the Livingston brothers scam. I hate them Livingston brothers. I hate them. All right, y'all. Enjoy the... Hold on. Andrew says mental health is the overall state of a person's emotional, psychological well-being. Okay, that could be one definition. And is it real? Y'all enjoy. I don't know why I picked that fight. I'm sorry. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I'm going to a baseball game. And then I got some other stuff to do. So have a good one. As always, whatever you're doing, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.